English by the Nature Method by Arthur M. Jensen. Brought to you by Ayan Academy.
Chapter 26. The Trip Begins. At length the day has come when the teacher and his 3 pupils start on their trip to England. The time has gone too slowly for them, but at length the day has come. Brown has been packing his luggage all the morning, but now his mother comes into his room saying, "You must finish packing your luggage at once. You will have to be at the railway station in half an hour." Brown: "I am ready to go, but I think I shall have to take a taxi to the station, or I shall be late for my train." "Shall I come along with you to the station, or would you rather go alone?" Brown: "I would rather have you along with me. But we must ask the driver to go fast. We have only 25 minutes now, and if he drives too slowly, I shall be late for my train." 5 minutes later they were on their way to the railway station in a taxi. Brown was nervous. "It is too slow, driver. Can't you drive a little faster?" he said nervously. "All right, I will try," the driver answered. When they arrived at the station, the 3 others were already there waiting. "Oh, there you are, Brown. We were a little nervous. We were afraid that you would be late. We arrived here 10 minutes ago. Now let us go to the train." They were the last people to enter the train. "Goodbye, Mother," said Brown, kissing his mother on the mouth. "Now I am leaving you in our good old country for 2 weeks." "Goodbye, my boys. I hope you will have a good time in England." Wood's sister had also come along with her brother to the station, and when she kissed him good-bye, she asked him to buy something for her in England. When the train was leaving the station, the 3 young men shouted a hurrah as loud as they could. "I never knew you could shout as loud as that," Mr. Miller said, smiling. Brown: "Well, I never knew myself. But now that we have started on our trip, let us sing a song. Wood has a very good voice for singing, and he knows so many songs." Wood: "Do you know the song, 'The Emperor Napoleon and His 10,000 Men'? Let us try that." For the next 10 minutes they were singing English songs at the top of their voices, so loud that almost everyone in the carriage could hear them. Then after some time they began talking together. The train in which they were traveling was a very fast one with modern carriages. Mr. Miller: "We are going at a very high speed now. I should think 70 miles, 110 kilometers, an hour. At this speed we shall soon be very far from home." Brown: "Have you got a cigarette, Storm? I should like to smoke one now." Storm: "Yes, here are some cigarettes, but I have no matches." "Have you got a match, Mr. Miller?" Mr. Miller: "Yes, I have got matches, and I have also got tobacco if you would rather smoke a pipe than cigarettes. I think a pipe of good tobacco is better than cigarettes or cigars. And here are today's newspapers if you have not read them yet. I think they will be the last newspapers we shall read in our own language for the next fortnight. Tomorrow you must try to read a little in the English newspaper. I don't think you will be able to understand much of them to begin with, but it will be good for you to read them together every day, and I will explain the many new and difficult words to you." Storm, looking out of the window: "How fine the weather is now! When I got up this morning, there were many clouds in the sky, and I thought we were going to have rain, but now the sun is shining, and the sky is blue again, without any clouds." Mr. Miller: I hope we shall have dry weather as long as we are in England, but we cannot be sure. It very often rains over there, and in winter they sometimes have fogs. Sometimes when you walk in the streets of London, there is such a fog that you cannot see your hands before you. And a London fog is not white or gray like the fogs in our own country, but dirty yellow. Storm: What does yellow mean? Mr. Miller: Yellow is the color of butter, for example. Storm: Hurrah! In 10 minutes we shall be on board the steamer for England. I can see the water now. Brown: Well, that is good. I hope we can get a good lunch on board the steamer, for I am very hungry. All the others: And so am I. Mr. Miller: Then let us have our lunch as soon as we get on board.